beware, you're in for a scare.
Yes, welcome to Octoween. Why the hell did I call it that? Yes, this is the month where we look at all things spooky and scary.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
Why did I do this? And today you're in for a treat. Last year I called this Oct Bumps and it was really stupid because I was meant to upload heaps of them and I uploaded one in like Halloween. And that was only based on Goosebumps. That was just one episode of Goosebumps I reviewed and that's it. This year I'm doing some more stuff so it should be a lot better. Also for the start of the video, just before I use last year's opening titles, which is so freaking lazy, I'm gonna remake them for this year so they'll look a lot better, but yeah, that is incredibly lazy just putting last year's in. So to start off Octoween, that is the stupid. We're gonna review the behind the scenes promotional video for this really awful movie. So before we go to the infamous video, here's a bit of backstory. The Haunting was a 1963 psychological horror movie, and these are the types of movies that are like the Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity. I don't think this was the first film to do it, but this was the first film to make it look really, really good. This may not have been the scariest of films, but it definitely invoked fear into the people that watched it. It is a very psychologically driven movie. In 1999, director John de Bont, director of films such as Speed 2 and Twister, yeah, you already know where this is going, he decided to remake this classic horror movie, one of the greatest horror movies of all time. And I'm just gonna say right off the bat, what the f were they thinking? I mean, this is literally the dumbest movie I've ever seen. Literally the worst. This is the worst movie. So he remade The Haunting and there was a lot of promotional material trying to sell this movie as the next huge horror movie. And this leads me to my second little story here. If you look closely in the Sam's Movies logo, if you actually give a shit, there's this video. This is a recording of Richie Rich from TV. At the end of Richie Rich, the tape stops and it goes to some other thing broadcast on Channel 9 in 1999. Channel 9's an Australian television network. I was just watching along going, oh, what's this? We'll have a look.
Hello, I'm Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Hi, I'm Catherine Zeta-Jones, and this is the making of The Haunting. We've struck gold! I was like, oh, I'm so gonna rip into this if it's bad. And sure enough, it was fucking horrible. So that's what we're here to do today. Now, this tape has so many cringy commercials. So it's not just that, it's everything really. You get the whole package with this one. So not only was this movie a complete insult to the original source material, the original film, but it also had the dicks to make a promotional video that goes for 28 minutes. Okay guys, we just gotta get to this video. Let's take a look. This is the making of The Haunting, broadcast on Channel 9 in late 1999.
Newsroom for now. Good night.
Oh my god, look at how 90s this is.
Oh my god, look at how 90s this is. Oh.
2000! The world's gonna change in the year 2000 and Channel 9 is here to bring you new millennium television.
This program proudly brought to you by...
They go from having this futuristic thing with like all these balls and stuff and they're just like, yeah, this is the epic 2000. And then what the fuck is this?
Jeans West. Jeans West fits best. The following program is classified M. The 9 Network recommends viewing by mature audiences.
The 9 Network recommends viewing by... He says that with such irritance, like he was in there for 30 seconds, the announcer, and he's just like, okay, can we get this over and done with, alright, okay.
The following program is classified
M, the 9
M.
Network. It contains some violence, alright, guys, there's my $50,000, I'm out of here.
Hello, I'm Catherine Zeta-Jones, and I play Theo in The Haunting, a film from DreamWorks Pictures, also starring Liam Neeson, Owen Wilson, and Lily Taylor. It was such a privilege for me to work with these wonderful actors, but the real star of The Haunting is not human.
It's definitely not human, I can tell you that.
It's a house that lives, breathes, and hates.
second!
What? That's the line at the end to scare you? I'll stay in this freak house another second.
I'm not staying in this freak house another second!
I can't take Owen Wilson seriously. Owen Wilson? The Haunting?
I've been looking for scripts like this. Adult, contemporary horror story for a long time, but also that would be classy and more intelligent and smart and character-based.
This director is clearly completely abysmal.
It was just thrilling to read something and get kind of chills in the spine.
Liam, we know you're trying to fake. We know you're faking this.
Out of the soul, as Fitzgerald called it. Like, oh, it's great to have a film like this now, you know? I'm Dr. Merrill. Welcome.
Hello, Dr. Miro.
Welcome to Hill House, everyone. Between all these tests, you'll have each other and the house to keep you company.
Didn't anyone watching this just go, this looks so freaking boring?
There's 7 subtle psychological things that happen before the first physical thing. And then the first things are in the evening.
It sucks how Lily Taylor put so much effort into this in her performance, and it was just such a shit film.
Welcome home, Eleanor. What does that mean?
Is this one of your sick jokes, Luke?
What? You really think I wrote that?
You found it. You could have.
Oh, with what? With the 20-foot ladder that I keep in my back pocket?
Oh my god. Oh, good 90s commercials. Let's just see something that's less boring.
9:30 Monday. Just how far will these girls go?
Whoa!
Lemon Rusty presents Sex and the City. 9:30 Monday on 9.
That was really great.
Shit! What the hell? You're not supposed to show that in the commercial, Channel 9. It's not meant to be in the commercial, no matter what time you air it in the day. I'm fucking... Okay, now this is really interesting. Let's have a look at how they advertise this movie on television, because they're obviously doing a really shitty job at advertising it in this huge big documentary of the making of it. Let's take a look at how awful...
Welcome to Hill House, everyone.
Don't you love it here?
These are its bones. There's something about the house that I didn't say. This is its skin.
Weird.
These are its eyes. Won't you come in? I'm the director of Twister and Speed. The Haunting starts this Thursday in cinemas everywhere.
This is its skin. These are its eyes. Oh, won't you come in?
This is a comedy, okay? This is a comedy. Okay, the ads are over. Let's see if it gets any better.
Jan's very participatory. He's very involved, and I love that with directors. Jan just stood right behind the camera, you know, moving around and pretending he was the entity.
He was pretending to be the entity. So you're saying that during a live scene, he was just running right behind you and they cropped him?
Jan also gave us plenty of psychological motivation during the shooting of The Haunting by employing heavyweight talent such as Academy Award-winning production designer Eugenio Zanetti to design a set so scary that none of the crew would stay on it after dark. Physical effects supervisor John Fraser devised set pieces that actually came to life.
Action and hit!
They created a set that the actors were scared of. Cool. It looks like a scary set. It looks really cool. They created set pieces that moved. That's awesome. But what the hell did the stupid editors do after to add all this shitty CGI and crappy effects?
And Academy Award-winning sound designer Gary Rydstrom, who came up with a library of scary sound effects that set the tone for terror.
They came up with a library of special sound effects that set the tone for terror.
The more that you can get practical elements that the cast members can interact with, the level of on-set performances.
Interesting thing you say there, Colin. What about the 30 tons of special effects added after the movie?
Far outweigh an actor improvising.
It has been a physical production. In fact, there's a painting right over there that I, in a psychotic rage, had to jump up and begin pounding away with a candlestick at the painting of Hugh Crane. And I did that stunt myself. As I was pounding away, like part of the candlestick came undone and it bounced off and hit me right in the chin, and I had to get stitches.
Owen Wilson had to get stitches on his chin for this stupid movie. I mean, Chin Chin would be so disappointed.
Director Jan de Bont
Catherine.
is master at creating tension and terror on screen. But what is it about scary films that people find so irresistible?
Well, the thing about scary films that I find so irresistible... Wait a minute.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
I just loved the scary movies as a kid growing up.
Why do they get them all to say growing up watching them? It just seems so forced. Guys, when you say that it's good for your movie to be scary, you don't show an Owen Wilson line. I understand Owen Wilson's the comic relief, but it's so shit.
I think it's good to get scared. I think we need it.
Now I'm gonna shut this door and give you a little privacy.
Frightening food. England.
Mrs. Van.
Only cat relative.
Open to it. I'm Irish.
Go. As a bar.
Okay, next commercial break.
From the author of I Can Jump Puddles, the makers of Evil Angels, and the suspense of Hitchcock's The Birds, a show not for sensitive ears, Australia's funniest home video show, 7:30 Tuesday on 9.
Worst show.
Have you ever known anyone with Alzheimer's? What if you could end all that suffering with a single pill?
Here we go, bit of that Samuel Jackson.
In the most advanced research facility in the world, a team of specialists are working against the clock.
We're this close to the reactivation of human brain cells.
But before they can save millions of lives, they'll have to save their own.
From the director of Die Hard 2 and Cliffhanger, Deep Blue Sea, the $100 million blockbuster of the millennium. Deep Blue Sea, the $100 million blockbuster of the millennium.
From the director of Die Hard and something else, the 100 million blockbuster of the millennium, Deep Blue Sea, you will never forget it. A really okay, yet really ridiculous, yet kind of shit with one okay scene that was really cool to watch and so shocking. Deep Blue Sea.
Village Cinemas, these school holidays, there's entertainment for the whole family. And when you see the hottest movies at Village,
that's hot.
You could win in the ultimate family giveaway, including the new Mazda V6 MPV and a family holiday to Daydream Island.
Daydream!
These holidays with 5-star screens, sound and seating.
We gotta go back to the shitty documentary.
We have an enormous amount of people. 300 carpenters, 40 sculptors, 25 painters, lots of people.
Oh, so many people, so much effort. CGI to cover up all the mistakes.
Combination of Gothic, Victorian style mansion, which actually in which every room has a different style and character.
Oh, this is so twisted.
And it worked perfect for the movie because everywhere you go, it's like it's something new. You discover something totally different.
No, that's not your movie, you delusional fuck.
The physical effects crew achieved some amazing results in The Haunting, but there were some places where only computer animation could take us.
But there were some places, maybe like 90% of the movie, where only computer animation could take us. Holy crap. The practical effects people did shit all. They left it to the freaking people that do the CGI to add in all the shitty effects later. This is why this movie bombed.
Scenes like this one, where a griffin attacks me, Lily, and Liam, are constructed largely in the computer.
Oh my god. It's not scary.
First, we acted out the scene, pretending we saw the awful creature coming alive. Later, the griffin was animated at Tippett Studios. And then everything was seamlessly integrated into one shot.
This is where the whole documentary becomes an absolute joke. I can see it collapsing on itself when they show this part. We had to do some computer animated stuff.
But one of the beauties of making The Haunting in the 90s is the fact that you can have at your fingertips these great visual effects.
You're remaking one of the greatest psychological horrors of all time. A psychological horror doesn't have special effects. So you don't add in all that crap. Try any other movie. Try a new idea to try with that stuff. Not with The Haunting. This is an insult. I am so angry. Okay, so the whole documentary, they're all kidding themselves. They're all saying it does all this scary stuff. They're repeating the same shit over and over, all of them. They've all been given the same shit to say, and they're all saying the same crap. Yeah, the movie's good because it has all this psychological stuff. Yeah, it has integrated practical effects with special effects. Yeah, it's like my childhood. No, it's not. It's a joke.
All the world-class talent that went into The Haunting makes the unimaginable seem perfectly plausible in the twisted halls of Hill House.
Yes, it's very unimaginable to make a horror movie this shit.
What makes The Haunting so frightening is that indefinable connection it has to what scares us the most. Our own primal childhood fears about what's under the bed.
Stop talking about the childhood fears about what's under the bed and the shitty things we were scared of when we were little. Yes, I was scared of this movie when I was little. Now I watch it today and it's an absolute freaking joke. What makes The Haunting so scary? That it exists. That the remake exists. What a oh my, I cannot take this shit any longer.
It's really frightening. And it's really beautiful.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautifully shit.
I would describe it as a big, entertaining, scary movie.
It is entertaining, Liam. It's entertainingly shit! Here we go. Here's all the things that made it a load of crap.
I want to thank you for being brave enough to join me on this.
Oh, I was brave. I was so scared, but no. I'm now brave enough to join you, Catherine. You do make me a little nervous though, Catherine. Scared of you, Catherine. Being so suggestive.
On this inside look at The Haunting. I have to go now because it's getting a little late and I'd like to get out of here before it gets too dark. Okay, guys. That's not funny. Can somebody turn on the lights? Come on, somebody turn on the lights. It's too dark in here. Please? Will somebody please turn on the lights? Please?
Fuck this! This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Someone turn on the lights? Ah, it's getting scary. That was their last ditch attempt to sell this piece of shit of a movie. And let me tell you, it freaking sucks! The Haunting Rant is almost over. We gotta look at some more commercials though. Holy crap! Let's see if this tape can redeem itself with some more messed up commercials.
Australia's Most Wanted live, 8:30 Monday.
Hell yeah, dude! Australia's Most Wanted. That's what I was waiting for.
Everyone's going wild over Wild Wild West. Now showing it.
Fucking done. Fucking done. We are done. Oh, you insult me by showing the shitty Haunting documentary that's complete hypocritical, nonsensical, lying bullshit. But not only that, no, you insult my intelligence with freaking Wild Wild West trying to show me that that's good. Channel 9? 9 Network Australia? Kill yourselves. Guys, don't watch The Haunting. It's shit. It's one of the worst movies ever made. It's so bad. It's really bad. Okay. The point is, guys, the 1963 Haunting will always live on as one of the greatest psychological horrors. But this will become as dead as this documentary that I somehow have. Thanks for watching me getting extremely angry at the Haunting documentary, the making of The Haunting. What a complete and utter joke. It kidded itself, it lied to itself, and it was ultimately the joke on itself. The joke was on the director John DeBon, all the idiots in charge of this movie. They did a really shitty job. I never heard anything about the original source material in this shitty making of. You know why? Because they didn't follow the source material. They made a really shitty movie with shitty special effects and shitty people were working on it, and The Haunting sucks. It sucks. It sucks. No, but guys, thanks for watching. I'll be back on the weekend with some more stuff. I'm gonna upload some more videos. You'll see some more videos, and they'll just ultimately be more videos. And I got a really special one coming out on Halloween. Stay tuned for that. It might be a 2-part special. I'll try and put it all in the one video. We'll see how we go. The Legend of John Candy, the second part, should be coming out really soon. I'm gonna go nuts at editing that as well. I hope you all enjoyed this Sam's Movies presentation of the making of The Haunting. And I hope you really liked, just 1 second. I hope you really liked this presentation. I better go now, it gets a little scary after dark. Oh, very funny. Will someone please turn the lights back on? Please, please turn the lights back on. Please. Broadcasted on Channel 9, and I've looked everywhere on the internet and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it anywhere. I've looked everywhere. I have done the searching, guys. I've searched absolutely. I've searched through the living... What the hell am I doing? This isn't even a big episode. But the most insane set for anything I've ever... That is the set for this episode that you didn't even probably see. And this is not just a really... But because I'm a huge Goosebumps fan, that also ties into it. But you gotta wait and see until... I just gave it away. I don't know, do I have the only copy? I definitely don't have the only copy, but it's considered rare, so it's no longer rare now, and we'll just check it out, shall we? This is the making of The Haunting. This year I'm doing a lot more stuff, so... That is the actual worst. The Haunting was a 1963 psychological horror. Now, these films are like the bare... Psychological horror movie. 1963 psychological horror movie. These films include the bare... Fuck this! Alright, the last block of commercials.
Family giveaway. MP and seating.
If... Okay. Alright, okay. Fuck me. Survival kind of monster movie, if you know what I mean. Because I'm Catherine Zeta-Jones, it gets a little scary after dark. So, okay, so after that, I'm done. No more videos forever on Sam's Movies, I'm actually done. The making of The Haunting, it's broken me. Ah! Alright. I'm the one left in the dark after watching that. What am I freaking doing? I gotta turn all the shitty lights back on.